That time I have to do water use or soap. One question. It's not break my wudu when I make water without soap. And the second question, this time no Muslim job, halal job everywhere. They don't call you in when you apply more something. But Walmart stuff, they sell pork. But the one Walmart I know, Memorial Drive in my neighborhood, they don't sell in alcohol because of the school. So when I work, then it's permissible on pork because they are daily. Yeah.
Are we talking about the lotion washing your hand? Is that what you're talking about while you're making wudu or after you make wudu?
No, yeah, when I make about wudu, break wudu.
So after you make wudu, you put lotion in your hand, right?
No, night time, maybe night time after pray. When I put lotion, anytime when I use the lotion.
Okay, it does not invalidate your wudu.
Okay.
Your wudu is valid. Now, once it comes to working in a place where the majority of the sale is not pork, pork is only one item, and there is no alcohol being sold there. Some of the jurists, they say if a person has to do, it is permissible, but if you can stay away from selling pork, it is recommended. But it is permissible if this is the only thing that is available, like in a Walmart where they do not sell liquor, and yes, they do sell pork. They say it is permissible because pork is just one item out of maybe 100 or 200 items. They say it is permissible. But at the end of the day, we say a person has to, and they must strive to find a better job that stays away from that. Jazakallah khairan. We have Sister Maryam from Michigan. She wants us to make dua for her. She's having an interview tomorrow with immigration. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy on you, Sister Maryam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Naam,
my name is Yasmin in California.
Yes, Sister Yasmin, your question?
My question is, on me, he died recently from cancer, and before he died, I didn't ask him to send me, and now I dream about him all the time. What do I do?
Well, normally I don't deal with dreams, but why didn't you do sadaqah for him and make dua to him? Yani can you afford some sadaqah for him? Can you do that? It doesn't have to be.
I think so, yes.
It doesn't have to be a whole lot, Sister Yasmin. A couple of hundred if you can, just put it in his name with your intention, or make dua for him, one of the two. Yani that's what I would recommend for you. Jazakallahu khairan.
Okay, shukran.
Afwan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I have a question.
Okay.
How do you pray while traveling?
Well, you just pray regular. You just end up shorten the salah. The 4 rak'ahs are to be prayed 2 rak'ahs. You could combine Dhuhr and Asr at the time of Dhuhr or Asr. You could combine Maghrib and Isha at the time of Maghrib or Isha. But again, the 4 rak'ahs, you end up praying them 2 rak'ahs. That's the only difference, really. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam. Name, state, and question, please.
Yeah, Sheikh, this is Fatima from California. I would like to ask you a question. When people go to Hajj, inshallah, we're going to pray for you that you get safely and Hajj mabrur, inshallah. When you get the Hajj over there, people from California, can we meet with such people like you, knowledgeable about Hajj, or everybody goes separately from the state?
Normally I go with a group myself where it is a national, so I end up with people from California, and I don't want to promote this on the show because we shouldn't do that. But normally if you're staying, there is a camp for the American and Western European Hujjaj in Mina in particular. Normally those 3 days we're together. So your tent could end up to be next to my tent, and mashallah, and when I'm in Hajj, a lot of people recognize me from the show, and we actually meet and talk. But normally I would encourage you, sister, that you always when we go to Hajj, we always worry about how much it is and what hotel and what is the package like. But we never ask this question: who is the student of knowledge who is traveling with this group? Who is? I don't want to use the word scholar because we're not scholars. We're just people striving to help one another here. You should ask about the learned person in the religious side of the. Who is that person? I would invite all the Hajjis to make sure that they travel with a person who's learned. So that, because a lot of question will come, and also they need somebody also to motivate them, because sometimes it turns into a burden, and you need somebody to remind you of the nature of Hajj and so forth. But myself, I'm always available to anybody who asks me question when I'm around. People stop me sometimes in the road and ask me question, and I do answer them. So if you ever see me, don't hesitate, and I will answer your question. Jazakallah khairan. All right. Let me, one more minute, one last caller. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Now, name, state, and question, please, and we have 1 minute, so please go ahead.
My name is Cici, and I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
It's good to have you back. My question is about riba. I'm wondering if it's acceptable in Islam to get a car and a down payment. Is that permissible?
So you're asking about buying a car and whether it is riba or not down payment, and you make monthly payment? I didn't. Can you turn down the television, sister, so we can answer your question before we sign off, because we have to go off the air.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry about that.
Okay,
sure.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's permissible in Islam to get a car and start down payment.
Well, the contract, are you paying interest? Are you paying more money because of that? That is riba, that's usury.
Most of the time it's like that.
Yeah, that's usury, that's haram. Just buy a small car that you can handle. If you can, you need to stay away from that because it's not permissible. Jazakallahu khairah. I'm sorry, I have to cut you off because I was told that the time is up. Dear viewers, till Sunday, inshallah, I love you all for the sake of Allah. And inshallah, I want to remind the Hajjis that I will begin, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, maybe beginning next week, talking about Hajj and addressing Hajj and helping you get ready for Hajj, inshallah, before we take off. I love you all for the sake of Allah. Till Sunday, inshallah, 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.